Hi everyone, I'm Carrie from 25-8, and today we are actually going to do a science lesson. So today's lesson is about how soap works. So right now we've been talking a lot about making sure that we wash our hands super well and for long enough. And a lot of kids are probably wondering why we have to use soap when we wash our hands anyway and how it works. So today we're going to use things that you can definitely find in your kitchen to actually explain how soap works. So for today's experiment, what we need is all things that you can currently find in your kitchen. You need about 1 cup of water, about 1/4 cup of oil, vegetable oil, corn oil, olive oil, whatever oil you can see well against water. We need some kind of jar or cup with a lid so we can shake them up together, and a few drops of whatever soap you have hanging around. So in order to understand how soap works, first we have to learn a little bit about water and about oil. So when you're washing dishes, which I hope all of us are, one of the things that you probably notice is that soap is really good at getting rid of grease. And grease is actually oil. And how soap does that is by creating a type of bond between water and oil. And why do we need a bond between water and oil? Okay, so this is where our experiment's gonna come into play. We're going to pour our 1 cup of water into our mason jar, and then we are going to pour 1/4 cup of our oil into our mason jar. And hopefully what you notice right away is that the water and the oil are separate from each other. And so we are going to put our cap on our jar. And now I want to see if you were able to get the oil and the water to mix together. So I'm going to shake my jar. Okay, now that we're done shaking our water and oil together, what you hopefully notice is that the oil is sitting on top of the water and it didn't mix. So we are about to learn one of our really big important words for today, which is hydrophobic. Okay, what does that word mean? That word means that something is scared of water. The word itself, if you break down hydrophobic, it's hydro, which means water, and phobic, which is like a phobia when you're scared of something. And so combined, they mean water fearing. So oil is something that fears water, and its actual chemical properties don't let it mix with water very well. So here is where soap comes in. Soap is a really cool molecule that has both hydrophobic parts to it, so parts that don't like water, and hydrophilic parts. That's our other really big word today, hydrophilic. So you'll notice hydro is the same in both words, but the second part of the word is different. So hydrophobic means water fearing. Hydrophilic is the opposite. It means that it loves water. And so why soap is so important for oil and water mixing is because what it does is it has both parts. It has a part that loves oil and a part that loves water. And so what it's able to do is act as a bridge between the two. And they can squeeze themselves in and break the oil up into really little pieces and help it mix better with the water. And we're actually gonna see how that works. So we're gonna put some soap in our jar. And now we're gonna shake it up, and we have a bunch of bubbles. But we also now have no separation of our oil and water. See, there's none of that layer that we had on top of the oil floating. And now we have our soap bubbles, but we don't have that separation of the oil and water. So what does that mean about washing our hands? Well, soap is important when we wash our hands because a lot of things like bacteria and viruses, which can make us sick and not feel good, are surrounded by a layer on the outside that's similar to oil. It has similar properties that make the outside that surrounds it hydrophobic. And so in some cases, soap can get on in there and get through that hydrophobic part and open up the cell and make it go away and wash off your hands and run off your hands, and your hands are nice and clean. And so by washing away all those things with soap, it keeps you healthy and happy. So hopefully that was a good science lesson for today. And now you understand the importance of soap. And I would love to do another science experiment with you guys. So definitely let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about. I'm a fish biologist, and so I study fish and the ocean and swimming, and I'm happy to answer any questions that y'all have. If any classes want to reach out, I'm happy to talk to you guys. So definitely let us know in the comments or reach out to us and let us know what other science you want to learn. And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and Twitter. We're at 258 Coffee. And we have other videos that you can do at home or in your classroom with your students, upcycling your bags of coffee by planting a plant inside and making fun little bags to put your crayons and markers inside. And so there's lots on our channel that are going to be fun activities for home. All right, we'll see y'all next time.